Oh my God.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the. You already been seen. You might as well pop up.
My bad.
Abracadabra! Whoa, look at that!
My bad.
It's like that scene from Seinfeld where someone comes in and George just got out of the pool. It was in the pool. I was in the pool. Oh my goodness.
Dude, I
Oh.
was distracted with something else and I was like, oh crap. And then
They're like a groundhog who saw their shadows like, oh shoot, and then you
oh,
go
my
back down. It's
bad.
like it's too late. It's too late for that. But anyway, welcome to another DaraChat. My name is Daramouthe, or Dara for short, because some people, all right, I get it. Your first grade has come out again. You're like, mouth. No, you're wrong. It's Daramouthe. Get yourselves together, all right? I don't have to backhand you like a small child you are, okay? They used to do that back in the old English days, right? You mouth off, you get your mouth smacked to the floor. I saw that once. Someone got their mouth smacked to the floor. It was still moving. But anyway, I get to have on once again the Toothman himself. You know, the funny thing is that your actual job has nothing to do with teeth at all.
No, no.
No, and
It
I'm just sitting here.
it was it was just a stupid nickname that was given to me, and it just stuck.
It just stuck. It
Yeah.
stuck. It stuck like those little things during like spring, or those like little prickly things that just stick to your pant legs, and you're just like get off.
Well, I blame Rance for the nickname. No
Maybe.
joke. Like,
I think there's a lot you can blame Rants for. Okay?
guy.
We are here. It's a safe space. We can do a blame Rants moment Brought to you by our viewers. You know.
No, it's because we were younger. Like me and his brother were roughhousing at a house they used to live at.
Yeah.
We rolled down the stairs and I chipped my front tooth on one of the
Oh.
stairs.
Mm.
And so he knows a lot of people that had the same name as me.
Oh.
So when they're talking with other friends and family members, like, hey, so and so, like, which one? So they had to come up with nicknames for everybody,
Oh
so
wow.
we know which person we're talking about.
Mm.
And since he remembered that I chipped my tooth on the stairs, he's like,
Mm.
"Tooth, you get the name Tooth now." I'm like, oh, great. It just stuck.
And now everyone, instead of calling you, it sounds like you do something like with like Soul Man, that's a Soul Man right there. Tooth Man, you just put like a little, do a little like Watusi or something like that. I don't know how good your dancing skills are, but I
Not good.
mean, oh,
Not
then
good.
never mind. To put
Not good.
that one out to pasture. I
Yeah.
apologize.
No.
I didn't wanna embarrass you. I don't wanna embarrass you on that one. It's like, "The Tooth Man's here! The Tooth Man's here!" Oh.
Yeah. I had a dance at my wedding, dude. I was just like terrified.
Oh,
I
goodness.
knew.
Hey, if you did the robot successfully, I mean, come on. Alright, that's still something worth trying.
Took a lot of alcohol for them to get me up to go dance.
Hey, is he alright? He looks like he's about to do something like he's high or something like that. I don't know what's going on. What? Who said that? Who said that?
The only time I actually feel comfortable dancing for everybody if my daughter goes, "Come dance with me, dad." So
Oh.
I'm just going with her, so I don't look, I don't look dumb. When
Hey,
I
you
try to
know
dance with
what?
my wife, I'm like, I'm gonna step on her feet. Just
Oh.
I can't dance.
Nah, I understand that one. I'm not for one. If I were to go out there dancing, right? It doesn't matter what it is. I'm gonna look like Elaine from Seinfeld. To do that funky weird dance she does, and then she got ultra popular because of that. I'm like, I don't know if people are gonna be like dancing after me. And I'm like, yeah, I think you need some help,
Yeah.
sir. Do you need some help? I'm fine. Just get away from me. I can do this. All right, get off. Yeah, so I'm not much of a dancer myself. But hey, you know what? Like you said, you get enough of the good juice in you and all that stuff. Hey, what's going on, Raph? I've risen from the murky depths of my swamp. That sounds swampy. All right.
Swamp.
They used to call that what do they call that? When it's so humid out and you're sweating in your clothes and all that stuff. You know, swamp
Swamp
bud
ass.
or something like that.
Swamp ass.
Swamp. There you go. Swamp ass. Yeah, I'm not much one of the connoisseur of language, but I do try.
That's why
Um,
I hate summers here in Texas. I hate it.
Summers in Texas. That sounds like a novel you could write. Summers in Texas. I remember the 12th of July. It was so hot out. My butt crack was a sewage waste. And
What's up,
Raft, hey Raft, how you
Raph?
doing? Yeah, that'd be too funny. It's just the Diaries of the Toothman. It was July 26th. I remember the day. I didn't have to take off my pants. I just slid out of them.
No, yeah, seriously.
Oh Lord, that's awful. I remember here to the local paper. There was one point, it was a few years ago. There was a period of time where a whole week was we had high humidity, high heat. The moment you walked out a door, yeah, there you go. Raft agrees. Nothing worse. Nothing worse. There you go.
Yeah, dude, I agree.
Hey, DT, how's it going? Helping with chat. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm really not too worried about that. I know a lot of people were, and there's some that rightly so. I understand that. Hey, Zulfai, hey, how you doing? And some rightly so, but I'm not too worried about it because the creator program's like, it's like a thing that's there. I can try. If I get it, I don't. If not, that's fine. Either way, it is what it is. But going back to where I was, off the rail here. Few years ago, high heat, high humidity for a whole week, right? Moment you walk out the door, you feel like you have to take another shower again. That instant, all right? That's how hot it was. And so for a whole week, there was like during part of it, there was this local paper came out like there's this guy in his mascot costume because he had to be out because yeah, it was bad. It was so bad he had to drink enough water to replace, and he was losing weight during it too. All right, so you want to talk about swamp butt? It's right there.
Dang.
'Cause it was not pretty thing. I would not do that. I'd be like, "You know what? It's nice working with you. Peace. Peace. I'm
Yeah.
out. I'm out."
Yeah, nah, hell no. No.
Mm-mm.
I can
Uh.
barely stand and do like 20 minutes outside of a house doing pest control. Hell, dude.
Tooth had me dying when they played Among Us a while back. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember you've been on with Mrs. Ma'am and a whole
Yeah.
bunch of other people.
Yeah, don't worry. I already ruined his intro. I popped in like, sorry.
Well, the intro was the music. You were just sort of like "It's a me, Mario." Oh,
Yeah.
wait, wrong wrong person.
Yeah.
That's the best part though, because then I could say, "You know what? This guy right here, he knows how to screw things up, but in a good way." Um,
Yeah. Oh, in a good way.
yeah, because I mean, I don't remember if I asked last time, but are you in the same business with Rance? I mean, I think because Rance I know is doing his own business, but
Yeah. We do the same. We're in the same industry.
yeah,
We were gonna like do the partnership thing, but it was just too much of a pain in the ass when it came to TDA. So I just said, do you do yours? I'll do mine.
right.
He's in a good situation right now.
That's
Like
good.
me, as soon as I pull the trigger, April, this coming April of next year, that's it. I have no safety net. I just
Wow,
gotta go with it. But I'm
that's
already
good.
making all my. I'm already getting all my things together too. So all I gotta do is just start it up.
Yeah. And I think that's the most scariest thing when you start your own business because when you work for somebody else, which is always a fun thing to say, hey, look for what works for somebody else.
Yeah.
The risk is not as bad. I mean, you still have the risk of like, hey, they just fire you for no reason, right? Because
Right.
right of work in some states. But the other part is that there's less risk in saying like, you go, you do your job, you do your time, you get paid. You know you're gonna get a paycheck as long as you do your time. Although those are stories, there are stories out there where where the boss is an idiot, or there's someone who's in the business that's an idiot.
Yeah.
But the point of the matter is though, is that it is more risky to start your own business because once you start your own business, it's on you.
Oh yeah.
And that's a lot more it's a lot more freeing, but a lot more scarier,
Yeah.
and, I think there's a lot of different risk for different people sort of thing. So, like with stocks, right? Some people can do stocks, some can't, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. And I've been doing like some like online like business little webinars and all that stuff to kind of show you to help you out with business and stuff like that. And I'm learning a lot. And then my
Nice.
cousin that left the company I'm at and started his own business, he's doing really well. He's
Wow.
been giving me a few pointers, like
Mhm.
because where I work at, they do pest control, plumbing, everything. So my
Wow.
cousin was a plumber here, and he ended up just saying, "Screw it, I'm going on my own."
Mhm.
And I think within like his first year, man, he had business coming out left and right.
Wow.
And fast forward to today, now he's in charge. He has 10 plumbers working underneath him. And all he's doing is just sitting back and just controlling everything now. And it's like,
Wow.
wow. But he's actually the main one that's been pushing me to do it
Yeah.
because I work in the same city where he lives at and where his business is at. He
Yeah.
always sees me driving the truck and he calls me. He's like, "Was that you?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "When
Uh,
the hell are you gonna quit working for the man when you can be the man?" And like he like talks a lot of crap to me. Like
mhm.
he does it to motivate me.
Mhm.
So kind of finally got through and he's right. And then especially after this past year where I'm working at, I just don't feel appreciated no more there.
Yeah, and
And
that's
it's just I think it's time.
yeah, that's understandable. I mean, obviously the problem with many is they won't do it because I mean, obviously, there's huge risk. I
Yeah.
mean, with what you're stating, you're doing pest control and then, there's plumbing and all stuff, and plumbing is a big business in its own right, don't get me wrong. Like, if you're plumber or what is it, like HVAC or something like that, you can make big money if
Oh yeah.
you get started on the role, and obviously, you've been out there that you've talked to a lot of different people that you have, you know, connections of some kind. But it still doesn't make it any less scary to do it anymore, especially if you have a family. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it is for Rance as much as it would be for you because you both have families.
Yeah.
It's It's not an easy thing. It's not an
And I
easy
live
gig.
in the city I live at. Cost of living is a bit more higher than where he's at, so it's
Jeez.
a pain. We both have our own struggles and stuff, but
Mm,
it sucks. But he's actually ready to go, man. He's about to hit the ground running. He's just waiting on one more thing, and he's in business, man. So
wow. That's
proud of
pretty
him for
awesome,
that,
though.
man. I told him just to hit the ground running and go make that money.
Yeah, might as well.
Just grind.
Yeah,
Oh,
might as well.
he's gonna be fine. He,
Yeah. Hey,
he
you
has more
you.
he has more
Okay.
experience in pest control than I do, so he's gonna be fine.
Well, as long as you know not to point the wand and in your face, I think you're pretty good.
And I go, you shouldn't have I'm gonna make a joke here, like you shouldn't have a problem getting customers, man. They see a nice white man show up to their front door with a smile, you got the jab. I gotta convince them I'm not gonna steal their crap, you know. I'm just kidding.
Did you order the tacos? Honey, I think you got the guy who ordered the tacos here.
Right,
Well, I mean, it's again at a certain point, you're gonna have people who are in the industry who kind of striking out on their own, and it's gonna be a business in its own. It's gonna be a competition business in its own right.
right,
Because you have so many people. This is the thing that gets me about sort of this business ordeal is that as time goes on, you're gonna you want to grow your business, right? That's your main objective. But you grow your business enough that it starts becoming teetering on a big business, right? Because you want to expand from Texas to different states and all that. At least where you can understand people, right?
right.
Because I'm pretty sure you might be bilingual,
Yeah, I
sort
am.
of. Yeah. So you're bilingual, so you have a little more stretch. But the problem of it is that that's always the thing with business is to grow, and there's nothing wrong to grow. But the point of the matter is that your growth is going to want to expand beyond the borders that you have, right? Because you want to get big and all this. And from my perspective, it starts really reaching into this, like going from a small business to a big business, right? So instead of being small Toothman business, you go to be like an Oric or what other bug companies are out there, and just replacing them, and then you become that big business, and then all this stuff because you want to be the boss that doesn't have to work, right?
Right.
And Raf says, men of infrastructure keep the world going. Electrical systems influenced everything I did afterwards. Oh, congratulations. Wow. Not bad. It's a shocking business. You know it's cheap, but it's still worth doing. But I mean, yeah, but that's just how I say it. I'm not in business. I'm not gonna here to tell you it's like, oh, I know everything. All right, that's
Right.
far from. If I try to tell you that, you might want to smack me across the face. But the point of the matter is that for me, just there's this cycle of you start small, you want to you want to grow, but unfortunately, it can also lend itself to wanting to grow big enough that you're like Oric or any other bug company that's out there, and
Yeah.
soon you become the company that replaces that company, and then someone from your group leaves to start their own company, and
This is usually how it goes, man.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
that is.
honestly like you would think that there's so many pest control companies here that's it's gonna be impossible to get work, but
Mhm.
that's not true, man. It's a lot of work out there.
Well, how many people live in Texas?
A lot. I don't know an exact number, man, but it's a lot.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need some help here, number wise. gonna
Just
gonna
the
need
city
to.
alone I live in is a lot of people. Jeez.
So anyone who just writes Toothman said a lot of people. That's a real number. It's a real number. We're gonna work
I
with.
don't have an exact number, but it's a crap load of you know what I mean. Let's see.
Oh goodness.
I have to look it up now.
One carry over the 5 times the 6 and the ratio of my. It's 76. There's 76 people here. Wait, my math's wrong.
Oh
What the hell
yeah.
is that? Oh man, it's too funny. I'm not expecting to know the actual number, but it's kind of like
I'm curious now.
because I mean you
31.29 million people.
woo, good lord,
Jesus.
that's a lot. That's a lot of people. Well, it could be some that are like teens or whatever. I don't know what the status limit is of like what they count to. Like if it's a baby, do they count that as a some don't. But if it's a baby, do they count that as like, oh, that's another one added to the block, whatever. You. Oh, yep. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a
Sure.
lot of people.
It's a lot of people. Yeah. I was like, that's a good baseball team, but I don't think a lot of people can play. Um, batter up. I don't have both arms, coach. I kind of need some help. Um, just looked it up. Second biggest state, I believe. Oh wow,
I
Texas is the
believe it. Yeah, so true.
second
Yep.
biggest state. Yeah,
Yeah.
only to Alaska.
Only
Wow.
to Alaska? What?
Wow, wow, Alaska's a bit big. So this is starting to turn into a dick measuring contest. I see how this is gonna go. Alaska versus
Alaska.
Texas. A cold place versus a hot place. Let's see who wins. Oh goodness, I just don't care. I just there's a point in life where you're like, yeah, I'm just here to do my job. Can we just get on with that? Um, Almost reminds me of, like, back in the day. You remember back in the day, like, I used to like, the late '90s, early 2000s, where you had people come to your house to try to sell you something? Door salesman, you know?
Those vacuum cleaner door salesmen pissed me off, man. Pissed me off, bro. And then my stepmother was she was always a sucker for them. Like, oh, I come downstairs and they're demonstrating. She goes, "Hey, you want to go half on it with me?" I'm like, "No, I really want him to help me out." No, and then my dad talks me into it. Fine.
I
I
just
hate just I hate those people.
I just like that you missed the point of, like, she was sucked into it. It's like, yeah, 'cause her
I
vacuum.
know, I know, I got that. Yeah, she. It's like, man, it's like she had a problem saying no to salesmen. Like,
Mhm,
no, we don't want it.
mhm.
Bye.
Good. I though that reminds me, there was a time. So I'm pretty sure you know what Amway is, right? You've heard of Amway, you've heard of the name and all that stuff. AMWAY. There was one time where, um, one of those people came to where my parents' house and all this stuff, and it was Amway person. They were trying to sell like a carpet cleaner of sorts, like you spray it on, a spot cleaner, that sort of thing.
I remember
And
those two. Yeah.
yeah, and I think it was Amway. Now again, I was probably maybe like slightly in my teens. All right, so don't take it for as fact because I can get stuff wrong, like every human can. Um, but yeah, I remember that was such a before the internet. That was such a big thing of getting your product out there was going door to door, and that could get annoying, right? Like you just said, it could get very annoying.
Oh yeah.
Um, It's gonna have a Netflix special with all these jokes. I don't think so. I'd rather if I was gonna have a Netflix special, it would be like with what the show I am doing now. Although I don't think Netflix is gonna pay for that because they need big
Uh,
numbers. They want big. It's like the thing with some of this stuff. They want big numbers. They want the big draw because they have a product to sell. And I'm not a person to sell a product.
yeah.
Here to sell a benefit, right? Same thing with the proton thing I do during promotion time. Is that's more of a benefit than selling a product? Because dear Lord, I can't. I can't. Even with the Rumble ad things, I couldn't. Because I mean, at a certain point, right? You have to have enough people watching you for to do it. My other portion was about it is like, I don't use any of these products. So what am I selling these people? Just selling them something to make money off. I'm like, I can't. I
Yeah.
can't. It doesn't. It doesn't sit well with me. It's sort of like I use this example. Like I'm sure you remember who was it? Billy Mays, right? Billy Mays here for OxyClean.
OxyClean. Yep. I remember that.
Oh, that's too funny. Yeah, but he what was it? There was one point where he's like, because I remember they did a documentary on him. Well, him and there was another guy along with him because they were like these, what do they call that? Real on TV or something like that. Um, you go into like a Walmart and you see
Mhm.
these like this whole shelf filled with all that stuff, like
Yeah, yeah.
as on
I've
TV.
seen on TV. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, as seen on TV. Yeah. What?
No, it reminds me. I remember I saw on the TV ad wall years ago. There
Hmm.
were like HD glasses. You see in
Oh yeah,
HD.
Mhm.
I actually saw them on the shelf of Walmart and bought them, and I was like, "Wow, these fucking suck."
Yeah.
But I actually bought it because I thought I was gonna see like like high quality vision and crap. Man, load of crap.
you know, if you bought the glasses that says these are X-rays, and like, I think these are a lie, but I'm gonna try them
I
anyway.
tried anyways.
At least you wouldn't be as disappointed as you
Yeah.
were with like this is like HD. Uh, oh man, yeah, but Billy Mays would be like, I wouldn't promote a product I didn't use, and he used OxyClean to my surprise in all that regard. He used OxyClean.
Yeah.
I don't know if that led to him, croaking, because I think the story was like he was doing the booger sugar sort of thing, and
I
so
heard he got hit in the head with like a suitcase or something on an airplane, like trying to load his luggage up.
we gotta look it up.
And
All
I'm gonna
right,
look it up. Something, and then like he thought he ignored it. He's like, "Oh, it's just a little bump," but apparently it hit
yeah.
him. Someone very sensitive, and he died in his sleep as a result of it. I don't know.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Um, I found the thingamabob. All right. Let's see. Let's see right there. Okay, it says, yeah, you can see it. Okay, it says Billy Mays, the American television direct response advertisement salesperson. That's a
Ah,
lot. That's a big word right there.
ah.
American television direct response advertisement salesperson.
Oh, he
Just
died
like
of a heart attack. See, who the hell said that he got hit in the head? Somebody was telling me some bullshit like that.
2009. That's like eight. That's like 16 years ago.
Doesn't it feel like it was recent or something? It was weird.
That's how time works.
Yeah.
Age 50, Tampa, Florida, US. The autopsy results indicated that his death was due to heart disease, which was exacerbated by cocaine use. Oh
Ha!
yeah.
It's booger sugar.
Uh,
Jeez, is that what all these rich people do? Seriously?
he probably was. The medical examiner concluded that cocaine use contributed to the development of his heart disease and thereby contributed to his death. Although he had last used cocaine days before his death, he was not under the influence of the drug when he died. So basically, yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, that mm, yeah, that's well, yeah.
Well, I don't know.
But
Somebody said something else. I was like, all right, whatever, dude.
yeah. It's one of those things where you're like,
Rest in
he
peace.
still died by cocaine use though.
Cocaine. Uh,
Died that year. Oh, that's right. Bill
that
Michael.
is right. That's true.
Oh wow.
They go in threes, bro. They go in threes.
Well, no, it's not.
I've noticed that.
It's not even that though. Because I mean, like, what? Who was? I think it was. Earl Jones died early this year. Was it last year?
It was last year.
Last year. It was last year. Then you had like a whole bunch of other stuff. I think that's always a weird thing, right? Like when a celebrity dies, you probably saw him in one movie, then you saw him dead, and like, oh, that's sad. My thing with it is like people kind of have to realize that that's a normal thing in everyday life. It's just they have a status importance. Oh look, Michael Jackson died. Yeah, it was nice to see her in music and stuff, but I mean, there was a lot of stuff behind the scenes that was kind of like what was it, percolate or something like that? He was taking like drugs and stuff. It is not a good
Painkillers,
scenario.
then
Percot,
Prince was the one that died of Percocets.
Percocet. Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's too. But it's just like I always get that thing. It's like it's sad. All right, it's sad that a celebrity died. That's true. Um, you know, it was like what was it like? Betty White was only like maybe half a year away from her being 100 and all that stuff. But my thing is like people need to understand like this is like normal stuff.
Yeah.
Like this is not something that's new to people. Like death as a celebrity has been going on as long as death has been going on for all of humanity.
Right.
So it's sort of like I get it, but it's sort of like, guys, this is normal day stuff. Like sooner or later, Earl, as great as it is, like I think Earl Jones lasted until like he was 90 years old. I think it was.
90, yeah. He was up there.
Yeah, he was up there. But I mean, I get it, but then at the same time, I don't get it. It's like you barely know these people, and these people don't know you. It's great to celebrate their life, but
True. So
yeah.
true.
Dick Van Dyke though, still crooning it. Hope he gets the 100 though. Hoping he gets the 100. Um
Who? Who?
Dick Van Dyke.
Oh.
Mary Poppins, don't you know Bert from Mary Poppins?
Oh, that's
It,
right.
it's stepping time, stepping time, stepping time. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm not gonna try to sing it. You're not gonna get that one from me free.
Well, don't
All
say
right.
nothing. You might jinx it. Make it 100. I was rooting for Betty White to make 100, and as soon as I said that, she croaked. I'm like, damn it, I jinxed her.
honey, who else is on the list? Who? who else?
Wait, didn't Bob Barker live to be 100? Hold on.
No, I think he lived to be 99. I think he only got to 99, and that was it.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll start rooting for him afterwards, and yeah, you're right, 99. Damn it, I jinxed him.
Curse it,
I cursed
man.
him.
Mary Tyler Moore was. I don't know if you could say that as she got older, though. Younger, yes. Older, hmm, eh, she's an older woman, so I will. The price is wrong, Tooth. That's right. The price is wrong, old man. And then he goes to beat up Bob Barker. I'm like, Bob Barker was getting some hits in that with that one. Rightly
Can't believe they're
so.
making a second Happy Gilmore. What? What?
Well, it's Adam Sandler's thing, and Adam
Yeah, I know.
Sandler is the one. And of course, we're talking.
His movies are hit and miss to me. I'm like,
Yeah,
cool. That was stupid.
yeah. 50 First Dates. Come on, Dara. Well, hey, calm it down there. Calm it down, Sonny Jim. Calm it down. Uh, of course, we're talking young version. I know. But I mean, Bob Barker was, he was tan as all get out. Um, but yeah, it's not. Yeah, doing a oh, what was it? Doing a Billy was it Happy Gilmore? Happy Gilmore is another one. It's Adam Sandler. He's gonna do what he does. I
Yeah.
mean, at a certain point, I'm waiting for like 51st. I'm like waiting for 51st Dates Part 2. Um,
I'm not gonna lie. 51st Dates was a good one.
mm,
I thought it was funny. I thought that was pretty good.
yeah, it had a little momentum too because it was a little sad too. A little
Yeah,
sad
yeah.
to that.
It was pretty good.
This is a chick flick though, so I know you don't want to jump on that right away.
Hey,
You
I
know.
didn't say I watch it by myself. Watch it with my wife. All right. I have a rule. If I watch movies like that, she has to be there with me.
That's right. That's right. We don't want some
Yeah.
chick flicks.
yeah. If it's like a chick flick like that, I'm like, nah. I got a rule. If I'm gonna watch something like that, my wife has to watch it with me. I do not like watching something like that by myself.
You don't want to. You want to shed a tear by yourself. I understand.
I
It's
might
okay.
as well just turn my fucking man card in, you know?
I'll wait for someone to make an actual man card, and then they just like, why are there perforated holes in that? That's in case I have to go down with the ship, man. That's in case I have to go down with the ship. Punch my card. It's
Yep.
time to roll. But that's always funny. It's sort of like the whole what was it? It's sort of like the whole virginity thing back in the day. It was like, oh, all that stuff. Like, you can get stupid with that. But yeah, it's dumb. Um, oh, what was it? But yeah, I think it's understandable for celebrity deaths, but it's not a surprise. I almost feel like it's Christmas. Oh, I get a present. Hey, Atari, how are you? Hey, you gotta let me know what I'm supposed to do for the win. Cause funny enough, Atari the Paladin, I stopped by their stream on Friday for my Pay It Forward stream, and
Mhm.
it's a husband and wife. But they said I won something, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do to get whatever I won. So you guys are gonna have to let me know, cause I don't know. I'm glad I have you here because I'm like, okay, check
Nice.
please. How do I get the thing I won? I don't know. But no, they are really. It's a husband and wife. I stopped by. They were actually playing. Um, I think he was playing the Elden Ring. Um, so yeah, I bought that game so long ago. I have not touched it since. I have not touched it since. I can't play that type of game. I don't. I tried. I really did, but I just can't. I just can't.
You know what game? What was it? I only streamed it once on Rumble and I never touched it again. It was that damn space game that came out.
Was it Starfield?
Starfield. Yes.
Mm.
Only played it once, and then I was like, all right.
Yep.
I couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I wanted to. I just couldn't
Yeah.
do it.
I
And
wanted
it's
to
like,
too.
shit.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there. And then now one game I do need to finish is
Mm.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Ooh.
That game is fun,
Mm.
but I'm only like 2% in because I keep getting distracted with little side things, you know.
Yeah.
That might be a game I might stream and try to finish.
I
But
haven't finished that one either.
Starfield was just like, damn, I spent all that money and I just played it once for
It
2 hours. That was it.
it had the promise, man. It had the promise. It's just
It did.
it had so many technical issues. It was like watching Rain Man
Yeah.
become worse. That's the best way to put it, but yeah, it was I still have it. I haven't, like, deleted or anything, but you it's hard to get back into it because I don't know. My thing was is that whenever I would try to enter, like, the lodge, like, that's what they would call the meeting place,
Hmm.
the system would crash. Like, I would try to enter the door, wait for a bit, and the whole game would just crash.
Yeah.
See you later, Raft. See you later. Have
All
a
right. See
good
you later,
one.
Raft.
I just yeah. So now the one I'm again, I've been buying some games and I just either don't have enough time or enough interest to get into it. Like I just bought not too long ago, a few weeks ago actually. So yeah, Sink Back in Your Swamp. The swamp thing. We'll call you the swamp thing. There you go. Um but I bought the Stellar Blade one, and while I did, it wasn't for the other stuff that people bought it for, even though it's nice to look at. I bought it to play. I haven't played it in weeks. I just I can't. I don't know. I just
Yeah,
don't.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I mean, yeah, you work a full-time job too, and to have the time to even do this, and I know I've seen your public posts, and I know you've kind of been feeling a bit downtrodden. Although some of those were sarcasm. I can't read sarcasm.
Some of them are. Some of them are.
That's why you put a slash S. Otherwise, I can't read well. All right, I got a third grade reading level, and you're gonna throw me off.
uh, no,
I
but
thought we.
this times where I have my moments like, damn, I get down on myself. But for the
Yeah.
most part, what I post on X don't. It's just me screwing around, man.
Every time I look, it's like, well, don't feel bad about yourself. Look, I'm being sarcastic. Like, I can't tell. I can't read thoughts. I'm not a mind reader. Gosh. But yeah,
But
I know. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, it's like I've seen some of that, and I was just, I can understand. I mean, it's kind of been like either or for you doing this sort of thing, because I know part of this why you do it. Part of it because Rants he kind of joined. I think it was like Rants was the one who was kind of uh was not inspired, but he was kind of like asking you to come over and play games and get on this
Well,
stuff.
when Rumble first started, I created an account, and before you could only upload videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Rance was trying to do his little streaming thing. I was like, hey man, just come to Rumble.
Mm,
And he did, and he started streaming, and it just took off for him. I
mm.
was just there on his chat to be his biggest cheerleader,
Aw.
support him. And then one day he was like, "Man, you should do it too." It's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Oh, if we play games together, they can
Yeah.
at least see your perspective." I'm like, "All right." So he
Mm,
kind of talked me into it,
yeah.
but I'm going in it to like just have fun. I'm not here
Yeah.
to like trying to get famous or something like that. Whatever. I'm just here to have fun and meet people.
You
And
kind of already are famous, so you might want to step away from
so
that.
um yeah, cause my life is pretty busy, man. That's where I don't have a set schedule. Like usually I
Yeah.
try to shoot for towards the end of the week, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but it doesn't always work to plan because
Yeah.
there's times where my kids want to hang out and I go do stuff with them on the weekend.
Yeah.
And then so I get on whenever I can.
Yeah.
But
I,
I don't push subscriptions. If people want to subscribe, that's up to them.
yeah.
But I have a few subscribers, but like I literally just use that to like buy a new game or something. I don't use it for myself. Like try to use it for the stream or something.
Right.
And Yeah, I don't push it,
You
but
gotta treat yourself once in a while, though, man. Treat yourself.
yeah,
Treat yourself. All right, treat.
yeah, yeah,
We'll get very wrecking parks and wrecks over here. Uh, but no, it's just I know I, I know there's also points of frustration as well because obviously, um, again with the creator program, even for my end, um, I'm just doing this. I just took up the thing. One I was already using. I already had paid for premium. First off, I was already paying for premium just because of the ads and I wanted to support. And the second one was I was already using Rumble Studio because I'd already used other ones. I really wasn't gonna pay to like
yeah,
have more than two destinations, whatever. Um, so I was already doing those things. So it was just like enter and see what I can do about it. And I mean,
yeah.
it is how many? It's been since I think March or April. No, I think it was April when it started. So it's been about 4 months now. So I'm like, I'm here, but I didn't take it for any of the descriptive reasons that you had mentioned either. Because for me, it's just a bonus. It really is, and I know other people are treating it like more, and I understand. But I think there's a point of discussion where I get it. Be hyped for Rumble, great, I understand that, but there's a point of contention where people need to rein back on that a bit and kinda listen to people who are actually having issues.
Yeah.
Because 'cause I've seen at times there are some people, there are a few people who are like that, who are listening and trying to hear those things, but there are a lot of times there's people who are like, "You gotta work harder, you gotta push harder, you gotta do this." I'm like, "Do you understand where some of these people are coming from, though?" Right? Like, for me, the discussion should be about and that's why I do my Rumble Squared stuff, which I don't think I've had you on for one yet, which I'll try to get back to you for that. But I did have you on for one of the Dara's hangout dens, which was pretty
Yeah,
fun episode,
that
right?
was fun.
Yeah, poking fun at me all night. But it was great to have on a bunch of people. But anyway, the point of the matter is, is that that's why I do my Rumble Squared, and of course, like you see my survey stuff, because I want to get to the point. I want to get to the points that matter to people, right? Like I was able to point to Rumble's issue was platform stability, content discovery, right? Those were
Right,
big issues with people, right? Majority of the majority of the connection and people being discovered was mostly done through the creators, which may to some degree sound like a great benefit or whatever, but the
right,
problem of it is that that's limited to the people who they want to invest in.
right.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
there's a bias there. I'm not saying that a platform can't have their own bias. Again, their business, right? At the end of the day. But for myself, I get the being the cheerleader, I get the being hype, but for me, I want to be honest about the platform. So when there's someone that's like, I don't understand why you have to pay to be in this content creator program. I don't understand why you have to use Rumble Studio to be in this content creator program. I'd be like, I'd like to be able to hear them out because that is a
yeah.
valid thing. You go to other platforms. You don't have to have that. Now,
I,
go ahead.
I also get why Rumble requires it because they're trying to push their product out there. I get it,
Mm.
but yeah, I don't think it should be a requirement.
I my thing is I understand for other people because you don't have to pay to be part of YouTube's
Yeah,
or Twitch's or even Kicks. Now, obviously, they all have their issues, right? There's no
yeah,
platform that's free from their issues. We'll just state that right off the bat. YouTube has its issues. Obviously, we get to see that with the whole censorship and all that stuff.
yeah.
Twitch, Twitch has a thought issue that's out of control. Um,
I don't honestly. I don't. They say you can't say certain things on Twitch, but pretty sure I
well,
said quite a bit of crap on there already, and I haven't heard anything yet.
right. I mean, you probably can get away with it if you're small, but if you get bigger, probably not.
Yeah,
Same
probably
with
not.
like YouTube, right? If you're smaller, you probably get away with some stuff, but
Fucking
when you get
hackers.
bigger,
Yeah.
oh, well, don't hurt yourself, man.
No, I'm
Oh,
good. It's just I'm trying to stretch it, so I'm good.
there you go. Well, maybe you should do like lay on hot rocks and all that stuff.
Right?
Yeah, you go to the chiropractor and have them ruin it more or something like that. Don't want
I
that.
need to see one. Seriously.
I wanted to go see one for me. It was like So first time was like $29, and then
Mhm.
they wanted to do like this whole ordeal thing, like $45, either $45 for every time you came back, or you'd have to buy like a package of stuff. I'm like, I don't have that kind of money.
Yeah, yeah. I've only been to it once, and that was like after I had a really bad accident here at work.
Oh,
Got rear-ended really bad, dude. Like this truck was going like 60 miles per hour,
oh,
and like I was stopped on the main highway because there was an accident up ahead. And
mm.
at the time, I was driving a little small Ford Ranger for my work truck,
Oh wow.
and the guy who hit me, it was a
Mm,
construction, it was a company vehicle,
mm.
a construction company, a big old flatbed. The guy was coming at 60 miles per hour. He dropped something, and he was reaching down to get it. When he looked up, it was too late,
Ah,
and like it really jacked my back up. And that was like the only time I went to the chiropractor because there was lawsuits in place, so that was getting paid for.
yeah.
But dude, like they cracked my back in a weird way. It just like relieved all the pain like that. It was like, the hell did they do?
Yeah.
Feels good, but going by myself is too like without me paying for it. It's too much
Mm.
money, man.
Oh yeah. Mm-mm. It's like you can't, and the weird thing is you can't use insurance. I'm like, why can't I use insurance? And of course they'll say all this other stuff. I'm like, what? I don't want to have to go into a payment plan to be here.
Yeah,
I
no
don't have to.
shit.
Yeah, and I don't. And the thing of it is, they try to upsell on you trying to be there more, trying to buy a package. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh, you
okay.
need to upkeep your deals because if not, this would happen and blah blah blah. And it's like, shit. They try to get you.
Yeah. Well, there was one guy I was watching on YouTube, and he's got a business. So he's like in three different areas, but he's really because when I went to the one here, it was sort of like I was in and out within 10 minutes. But this guy is like he's having there for them for like only 20 to 30 minutes, and just going through this whole parade of stuff. Because there are some people with really bad back issues, like psoriasis, I think it is, or something like
Yeah.
that, and some other stuff. Like there's this guy who's very hunched over and all that. Um, but yeah, it's just yeah, you never know. Hey, Lex, what up, Lex?
What's up, Lex?
The man himself. He is the king of his castle and all that sort of stuff. Nice to see you, Lex. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, it's just too much to do that stuff. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Nope, sorry. I ain't paying
Yeah,
you.
and then
Go ahead.
and then insurance companies are a huge problem too.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Mm-hmm.
You said that you pay for health insurance every month and like you need them. Oh, we cover everything but that.
Yeah.
They want to pick and choose what they want to pay for. And it's bullshit.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So I've got the job I'm at. They offer a select choice or a select plan or a choice plan. A choice plan involves an HSA, right? A health savings account sort of stuff.
Hmm.
And choice and select is more like you pay more, but you pay like less copay or whatever. I just chose the easier one. I can't. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with it.
Now, my insurance I have on my job, it's pretty good. I can't really. It's all right. It's good.
Mm,
But their dental and vision is amazing. It covers a lot.
yeah.
And my wife, she's on her own health insurance on Amazon, but I don't know. She doesn't have any copays at all.
What?
No copays.
What?
So I was like, damn, you're fucking lucky.
What part of Amazon does she work for?
She works at the warehouse.
Really?
Yeah.
So that lends me to another question. Is it as bad as they say it is?
Uh, she says it depends what department you're working in, what they're
Okay.
having you do. Her
Mhm.
first time at Amazon, um, her first go around, she got let go because they have like a point system. Like if you miss X amount of days, like you go where you're unpaid time off, you get terminated. She never wanted to go to work because they put her in a spot where she just hated it. It was hell, and they let
Wow.
her go. So it was like, whatever. So fast forward to now, we bought this house where we're at now, and
Mhm.
there's an Amazon nearby. It's like 10 minutes away. So she
Wow.
started working there again. They took her back.
Mm-hmm.
She's been loving it since. She said this one is a lot better than the other warehouse she worked at. The other one was complete hell. But
Wow.
she says what people say about Amazon, it all depends on
Yeah.
what warehouse you're at, how
Mm,
well is it managed, and
mm,
where they put you at.
yeah.
There's some departments, whatever level they what they do, that's complete bullshit, and there's some that
Mm,
are just lay back and you're chilling and it's
mm,
easy. So she got put in an area where it's just laid back and she just chills, and
mm.
does her thing. And yeah, she loves it.
That's yeah. Because I was hearing like stories like you couldn't use the restroom.
No, that's not
Um,
true.
really?
Hmm.
Wow. I guess it's on me to proofread my stories here. And there was one story where like I can't remember where it was, but it was like they some guy had like died in a truck or something, and whatever, died working and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know about that, but yeah,
Yeah, like it depends.
possibly.
Man, it depends, man. She says all warehouses are different. It depends on the management, and some of them they treat you like crap. But where she's at, that's it. She says it's great. Everybody's
Yeah.
cool there. Everything they bad they say that happens at Amazon. Apparently, it
Mm,
doesn't happen in every single warehouse. It depends where.
mm.
So
Yeah, because I
some,
remember. Oh God, sorry.
no, just some are just poorly managed.
Mm,
So
I I believe that, to be honest, but that's almost with anything.
yeah.
Hey, about that Taco Bell? It's poorly managed.
Oh, she said when she gets in there, she's like, it's funny they drug test for marijuana and everything,
uh,
but again, like people are vaping while they're working, and they have
mm,
like you're not supposed to,
mm,
but dude, obviously people will be in there smoking weed. Like the whole warehouse smells like weed,
ugh,
and like she knows the managers can smell it, and they know who it is, but
mm,
they don't say anything. And
mm,
it's like, yeah, that's kind of dangerous. You working in a warehouse with a bunch of moving stuff and forklifts and crap, and you're stoned. That's an accident waiting to happen.
mm,
But she says the only thing about there that just managers ignore, all the potheads that are smoking in there. But besides that, it's fine.
mm,
I'm like,
mm.
yeah, I believe it.
I just look. I get the whole, and I've had a few people on like hemp and smoke 'em and all that stuff. They're very 420 friendly. But my thing, and they have reasons to. They have reasons to why they are. Okay, okay, and you too. I didn't know. Okay, all right.
I don't go crazy with it, but I just,
Once in a while, Daddy likes to pop a
yeah, but
gummy.
I'm not like going to work and driving like that. Hell no. No. I'm responsible, damn it, and I don't do it in front of my kids, so I'm
There you
good.
go. Very responsible dad right here, but he does do 420. So you heard it here first. Toothman does a little.
Just to take the edge off. I don't abuse it. I just take the edge off. Like literally 1, 2 puffs, I'm done. I'm done. I'm a lightweight. Like I don't need to smoke pounds of it to hit me. I'm
Yeah,
2 puffs, I'm good.
yeah. He's in the corner. He's like, "Hey, Toothman's going. Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? It's all
Yeah, if
good.
you
It's
see
all
me
good."
vaping on the stream where I usually don't do it as much,
Yeah.
that's it's yeah, that's my yeah, that's what it is.
Daddy just needs to
FBI, don't kick my door
relax.
down, please. I'm good.
It's all legal. It's all legal. It's all.
But yeah, THCA products are still legal in Texas, thank God. But
Yeah. I think it's like it has to be some of those have to be like a certain degree of percentage, I believe,
yeah,
before
yeah.
they're illegal or whatever it is. Like, have you seen the Cheech and Chong ones on X? Oh man, it's been pretty funny. I was like, they're actually doing it. They're really doing it. Son of a guns.
Yeah.
I almost want to do. Daddy just needs to relax. He took a bit. What's that
No,
one song? What's that? Uh, da and now I'm high or whatever it was.
cause I
Do
got
do.
high. Cause I
Yeah,
got
that's right.
high. Da-da-da-da. Nah, like yeah. I don't really discriminate people that do it, man. Just be
Yeah,
responsible with it.
yeah,
Don't screw up, please. Ruin it for
yeah.
everybody.
Well, yeah, cause it's it's one of those things where, like, it's huh, it's not like alcohol in the sense of, like, how bad it can impair you to some degree, but, a lot of people are doing it now and they drive around with it, and I've driven behind some people where you can smell it in the draft, okay? I'm smelling it downwind while I'm
Yeah,
behind
see,
them.
it's people like that are just gonna ruin it for especially states that are thinking about fully legalizing it. It's
Yeah.
people like that are gonna ruin it. It's like, come on, guys. Like, if y'all want them to legalize it, or if you're in a state that's already legal, don't give them a
Mm,
reason to take it away from you.
mm.
Like, be fucking responsible, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
Especially
I've seen so many people driving hotboxing. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, for real?
mm.
Damn.
Back in the day, hotbox used to mean something different, kids. It used to mean a game you play with your friends.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, so many memories.
you
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 know,
go ahead.
look, I'm not trying to criminalize anybody, but
Yeah,
a certain friend introduced me to that stuff.
yeah,
You can just guess.
yeah,
I'll leave it at that.
yeah.
When we were
I
younger.
I ain't gonna guess, to be honest. My guess could be wrong. But it's sort of that thing where uh going back to the actual origin of hotboxing, that was more of like if you were the driver, it was fun. If you were the passenger, it was not fun at all. Hey, Tooth, did you have a bean burrito today? Oh man, but yeah, people can. I know there's a lot of people out there's like just legalize all the drugs and all this
Not
stuff, but
all.
then
No, 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 not
but
all.
we already kind of see what happened to like was it Portland, up in the far upstate in there. It's like we've already seen what happens to Portland, and they've already legalized all the drugs, and I'm like, are
They
they any better permission?
they did?
I believe so. Yes. Hold on. I better look this up.
See, nah, that's insane. Like, no, don't do that.
Portland drug laws. Cause I'm just looking it up. I'm not getting high. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. I got me some information, ladies and gentlemen. Let's drop the beat, as the kids would say. Portland drug laws. Portland follows Oregon state drug laws, which have undergone significant changes recently. As of September 1st, 2024, possession of small amounts of hard drugs such as heroin, methamphetamines, that's a long word to say, and fentanyl is classified as a Class C misdemeanor punishable by up to 30 days in jail. This change marked a partial reversal of ballot measure 110, which
God.
had decriminalized such possession since 2021. Despite this recriminalization, so they did recriminalize it, but it's not very much criminalization, to be honest.
This is Class
Um,
C, Mr. Yeah.
yeah. Portland remains proactive in implementing progressive drug policies. The city emphasizes addiction recovery and support services, investing in harm reduction programs like needle exchange services and supervised consumption sites. These initiatives aim to reduce the negative impacts of drug use on individuals as communities. Employers in Portland are allowed to conduct drug testing provided they adhere to established guidelines. Pre employment testing is generally permitted, and employers must maintain written policies detailing the procedures and the repercussions of a positive test result. Registered medical marijuana card holders are protected from discrimination, but using marijuana can still lead to termination if it affects job performance or violates company policy. Like, duh. Portland's
Meth
local
equals jaywalking. Wow. Yeah. Crazy.
meth equals jaywalking. Yeah.
Yep. Meth equals jaywalking. Seriously.
Yeah.
Meth.
And
Seriously.
and jaywalking is barely much of a thing anymore, to be honest.
Mm-mm.
Portland's local government and public health agencies often collaborate with community organizations to expand access to treatment and recovery resources. The city's approach aligns closely with the state, broader efforts to balance enforcement with better addiction support and treatment options. For individuals facing drug charges, legal representation that understands the transitional aspects of Portland's legal landscape is crucial. Engaging with a reliable legal partner can help navigate these changes effectively, leveraging opportunities for rehabilitation focused outcomes, which usually can end up them going back. The new law encourages counties to set up deflection programs, enabling some arrestees to forego charges if they get help for their substance use disorders.
Hmm.
People with possession cases can also avoid conviction if they complete probation, and lawmakers have promised pathways for records to eventually be expunged. Implementation of the new law varies widely by county, with some jurisdictions launching mass arrests while referring very few people to treatment. So basically, it's like it's just yeah, it's not good.
Here in Texas, I know that decriminalized marijuana, but you get caught with 2 ounces, then
Mhm.
it's a crime. I think. I don't really.
Let's let's look that up, kids. Today,
Yeah,
kids, we're
look it up.
learning the
And I
we're
should know
look
because I live in Texas, but I just don't watch me be wrong.
today, kids, is the letter D for drugs.
Oh man, I know so many people at work were nervous because they're like, Governor Abbott had to vote on banning all THCA products and
Yeah,
the stuff you can get in smoke shops like edibles and stuff like that.
yeah.
They were freaking out because like,
Mhm.
man, if he bans all that, I'm pretty sure our boss is gonna just hit us with drug tests. I'm like, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you're not worried about getting fired? No, not really. I'm not
Mhm.
worried.
That's the outcome of it is because the business has to protect its own stuff. But I mean, before we go do that, it is the top of the hour, which means I set aside some time for me and my guests to do a little bojingling of our stuff. So um, give me 1 second because I gotta do copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. But anyway, uh, here is your stuff. But if you'd like to promote yourself, good sir, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, I'm Tooth from Tooth Entertainment. I've been streaming on Rumble, what, going on 2 years. I just an average dude, nothing special. I just like to stream, play video games for fun. Like to meet other streamers, like to collab.
Mhm,
So if you guys just like somebody chill to hang out with on chat, come check me out at Rumble. I'm also on Twitch and Kick and X,
mhm.
so check that out.
There you go. Plus, he's also a partial celebrity, so there you go. Shouldn't have told me that story, man. Now I'm gonna be puffing it out there.
Yep.
Um, If you don't know, he was in a movie with Danny Trejo, and he got punched by him in the movie, so he's sort of famous. A
Sort of.
machete, if
Sort
people
of.
want to know.
Yeah.
Sort of famous, right?
Sort of famous.
He had they gave him a crooked lip, and then they had to like put some makeup on him, but he's still in there.
What?
He's still there.
All right.
He had to drool a little bit, like he had been on something. You know, he had
Right. Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
You can't recognize him, but he's there, and that's the important part.
That's the important part.
Oh
All right.
goodness. But anyway, but yes, his links are down below on both ends because I do stream to both Rumble and YouTube. Always will, unless YouTube wants to spank me with some sort of stupid thing that their rule book or whatever at this point. But anyway, but yeah, check him out. If he is worth a follow, why not? If not, at least you can say, you know what, I got to talk to a guy who was sort of famous.
Yeah, and if I suck, just say I suck. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. I'm not. I'm just me.
Well, they're gonna say suck this, but I don't think we want to go that far. Um, suck this. Your mom did that last night. Why don't you try harder?
I'll be like, good one. I write that one down.
But they have to say it right. It's like there's one I've always had but never got the chance to. It's like, when women uh I think it's like, there's the whole guy woman thing. You're like women say, you just want to get them out of their pants, whatever, whatever. And it's like, yeah, what size do you wear? It's the one I never get to use because I never find a woman who says that anymore.
Yeah, you never get the setup.
I never get the setup. It's just like because that setup is sort of like because the woman is saying it because that's all they want to do. The men just wants to get in their pants. I'm like, okay, but what size is your pants? Because It's too good. It's too good,
It
and
is.
I
It
don't have
is.
an opportunity. But but beyond that, whether you're on the Rumble side or the YouTube side, doesn't matter which side you're on. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving. I should do like like the ASMR things. Like if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment or follow. Anything that helps. So you have to go down though for that. You have to get real close to the mic. But it doesn't really work because you're not if you're not a hot woman, it's not gonna work, you know? And you gotta do like that and all that good stuff. I'm not gonna try to, otherwise people are like it reminds me of that scene from the Goonies where Chunk is trying to describe that one thing he does in the movie theater, and where he vomits and he gets everyone in the theater to start vomiting. Yeah.
Dude, I can't even make noises like I'm gonna vomit because it makes my wife want to vomit every time. Like if I want to mess with her, I just go to her, be like, "Babe," she's like, "Well," I'm like, "What?" And she starts hacking. Like, "Stop it! Stop it!" That's how
You're
I
an
torture her.
You're an evil man, but that's a smart way to doing that. But but yeah, I am both on Rumble and YouTube. And again, the reason why I do this thing is not only does it help in being seen more, like all content creators want to be to some degree, it also helps in having other people on like the Tooth, like Rants or Dark Rants as he calls himself, or so many Alpha Zero Omega, so many other people. At the end of the day, I do this thing because I just like getting to talk to people, creator or not. I don't care of your status. I don't care how many people, followers you have. It's bull BS at the end of the day. Not all followers equal views anyway. What the matter is, I do this thing because there's so much to be had with conversing people across the way, regardless of status, and that's why I do it. So any help with the engagement factor on either end is much appreciated. Because I know what I do is not like the big thing people want to talk about, but it's the most important, and that's why I do it. So, and of course, I have a hold on, I gotta get to this. I have a link down below on both ends. There we go. Okay. I have a link down below on both ends, but you can go to that link. You go down there, you'll see like my Twitter X is in there, my email is in there. Uh I have a link to Discord in there, but it's mostly just for DMing. I don't have a server. Look, I get it. A lot of creators do that. They make a server, they do all this stuff. That's fine, but I only have so much mental bandwidth, and it's not meant for that. So there's that. But you can go there, see my stuff, and my Rumble and YouTube link are in there too. So you do have that. And the last thing I'm gonna do, because I've been in it for a bit, even though we'll see how great of being in it is. But a while back, no, I did say to preface this, I did say that I was part of Rumble's creator program, which it's if I don't if this new requirement keeps me from being later on no skin off my back. It really is. It's like a duck. The water just rolls off. I'm still fine either way. But I did become a while back. I did. It was in April. I did try out to or send out to try for Proton. Now, Proton is a company called, they have email, they have VPN, they have all that stuff. And they were, what's the word? They were promoting the ability to be a partner with them. So I went in trying for it just to see if I could do it. Money, sure, there's an involvement of money, but it really depends on you, on what you do and all that stuff, whatever. Um, I put it in and like I think it was like, "Hey, Big Black, how are you doing?" Um, I think it was like 24 to 40 hour 8 hours after I got in. I was like, "Are you sure about that?" Because I was like, "This is not good." But I've been trying to do my best. Look, I'm not the best marketer in the world, but I do use the product, and the one I'm most promoting is the email version because again, a lot of people use email still, even texting or whatever. But anyway, you can go to the site, you can see what they're about, but I'll tell you just three quick things that they're about that I think are a big benefit to people. One is they allow people to use an alias email. Now, what is that? Right? It's sort of like being able to use something like a mask while directing any mail you get from that business to your actual email. So it's like they don't know your actual email, but you get to use something that's actual to them and they can just send the stuff to you. Now, however, if the business society gets a little spammy or you really don't want anything to do with them anymore, you can just turn it off and they can't email anymore because they don't have your actual email address. There's another ways like they're very good about spam, right? I know you probably have like AOL, iCloud, maybe Gmail if you have YouTube, and I have to because that's what they do. It's funny. People have made complaints about having to use the requirements for like Rumble Studio and the Rumble Premium. Yet, in order to use YouTube at all, you have to have a Gmail account. There's no way of getting around that.
That's so true.
So just keep bear that in mind when you complain about the requirements of Rumble. For free, you have to use Gmail for YouTube. There's that. But anyway, get off the point. Get off the point. Uh, they're very good about spam. I know it's if you were to there's a channel I follow. It's called Payback Scammers, and they show you the dark side of all this stuff because they're most of it comes from India, right? All this stuff, and it's bad. It's a multi-billion-dollar business, and it takes from a lot of very vulnerable Americans. And so with Proton, you don't have to worry about that very much. Maybe one or two will escape through, but it's very rare. Very rare you'll get spam. So there's that. And also the last thing is that they're even on their free accounts. I mean, you've probably seen a lot of free accounts. They those free accounts have ads. Proton does not. You can go use it. There's no ads. They don't scan your inbox for any targeted ad stuff or whatever. Your inbox is your inbox. Those are the 3 things I mentioned. Again, like I said earlier with Billy Mays, I wouldn't promote a product they didn't use. I use Proton Mail. I use some other products too, but Proton Mail, I use it. I promote it for the benefits. Again, check it out. Link down below. If you don't, that's fine. I do make a little money off it, but again, it's not for that. It's for the benefit. So whether you want to or not, the link is there. Thank you so much for that. Try to get better at you can unmute yourself now. I'm trying to get better at not getting that too long of an explanation, but you kind of have to give people a reason to at least try it out. So there's that. But I mean, it's like that's one big thing that gets me is that while I understand people's thing about the requirements that you Rumble has, and then they're valid to a degree. In order to use YouTube at all, you have to make a Gmail account. I do not own the company. That is a lie. I do not own Proton. That is a lie.
Don't lie, you know you do. Not just kidding.
That's a lie. I do not get
Nah,
paid that
you're
much at
good.
all. But it's but again, it's like I I I I get the reasons. I get it. No other platform asks you to pay for mobile premium. But yet, what platform asks you to have an email through their other company? Because Gmail is Google.
Hmm.
Google owns YouTube.
Hmm.
So you have to have a Gmail account to even have an account at all at YouTube.
Yeah.
Just to view stuff and all that. What? Not even Rumble does that. And you want to complain
No.
about the requirements with valid, I get, but don't forget YouTube. YouTube does something slimy too, if that's what you want to
Yeah,
look at it.
I don't think the Rumble requirements are that big of a deal. To
The,
tell you the
it,
truth.
it it is understandable when you look at everything out there. Why do I have to pay to be a part of it? Right? Because Rumble
Right.
Premium is part of it. I get that. That's understandable. Now you could have the pushback on like you can make some money off it that could oh what's the word that could cover that expense, right? But not everyone does. And that's the thing is like people experience platforms differently. And that's again, that's where this conversation thing comes in because again, I have always stated and will always state I will praise Rumble when it does well, but I will admonish it when it does poorly. And there's some
Admonish.
admonish. Well, kind of taking something from Crowder, but admonish is a word. Point of the matter is though is I want to be reasonable and reasonable on Rumble. I do not want to be hype cheerleader. I do not want to say you gotta try harder, you gotta stay in your lane, all that stuff, because that dismisses an actual conversation to have. You want to bring people over to Rumble? Sit down with them. Meet with them on their level. Listen to them. Why won't you come over? Now there are trolls. Obviously there are trolls. There are also
Everywhere.
There are also people who have been very dismayed by Rumble, and they're willing to throw out their anger on that, and instead of looking for their keeping their success elsewhere, they want to keep pounding on that. My point, my point beyond that is that while there are some validities to the issues they bring up, there's a point in time where you need to let go and move on. Because why are you even creating content in the first place?
Right.
But beyond that point, I get it. But my thing is, I'd rather. That's why I do my Rumble Square. That's why I might do my survey stuff because I want to meet people at their level. Okay, so what are not you, but like if there are people in the chat who have issues with Rumble, what are your issues? What are your issues? I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Hearing those things and not getting defensive about it, right? Because I'm pretty sure you, Toothman, have seen that on,
Yeah.
well, Twitter X, where you see something bad is said about Rumble, and you see someone swoop in and say, it's this, or this, right? And you got to work harder and stay in your lane and do all this stuff. Like, that's dismissing a discussion at all. You want people to come to Rumble, meet at their level. There are people you kind of have to watch out for. I understand that. But at the end of the day, more than not, there are people like I don't understand because basically at this point in time, swimming, I'm not. I haven't. Look, you get a partner account you can go into and check all the stuff. I have not checked that. Yeah,
Wow.
I have not checked that since I've gotten into the partner program. That's how much that money thing means to me because I don't know if I've made anything at all. It being a partner with, I'm just promoting the product, given an opportunity to get something from it. But
Yeah.
again, that's what that part means to me. And going back to the point, the problem is that you got a lot of people who are very there are a lot of people who are emotionally there are people who are emotionally invested in Rumble. I get it. I do get it, right? But the problem of it is that blinds you from people who have actual reasonable issues with Rumble,
Right.
especially from people coming from YouTube and Twitch, right? Those are the two big ones. They're oceans, right? They've had years and all this stuff. I get that. The problem of it is that until their issues are taken care of or they're getting seen or whatever, they're going to keep harping on that. And they're
Mm-hmm.
going to say, you know what? The reason not to come to Rumble is because A, B, C, and D. And I kept getting met with people who are very dismissive, who say to work harder, all that stuff, and they weren't listening. And I just left because there was no point in staying there.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
Seen it all the time.
Yeah. My point is the opposite. You have issues. I want to hear that. You want to know why I want to hear that? Because I can use that data.
To
I
make your
can use
product
that.
better.
I can use that feedback data. I can put it with a collection of other voices who may be similar, who maybe not. And if you haven't seen my survey stuff, the transparency of that data is all out there for you guys to look at. It's out there. You want to look at May's? May's is out there. You want to look at April's? It's only from March to April where I did like the whole creator viewer thing, right? All that stuff. Problem of it is though, is I'd rather hear about the issues people are having because issues mean there's stuff to work on.
Right.
There's stuff to work on. But when you have people coming in as a hype cheerleader, right? And they're like, I get from their end why they say this stuff, like work hard and all that, because there are complainers who really just want it that easy, that simple. But my thing is that you dismiss a lot of people who could have real issues and they aren't going to come to you because they see you as a little egotistical and all this stuff. And I did have someone on who said, the platforms aren't there for you, which is correct. No platform at any point in time is there for you. Not Twitch, not Rumble, not Kick, not YouTube, not any of them. They're
Yeah.
not there for you because they're a business.
Exactly.
What does a business do? They make a profit. Like you want to start a business. And what is the goal of a business?
Make money, make profit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rumble's no different.
Exactly.
No different. But they are trying at a point to listen to the feedback and all that stuff, and I will give them credit for that. Better to give credit where it's due. But my issue is there are a lot of people within the field, not all of them, some of them, who hype cheerleader, who say stay in your lane, who say work harder without listening.
Right.
Without listening. Yeah, there are troll people out there. I get it. I hear you. I've seen it. But there are people who have real issues. That's what I want to do. I want to listen because I want to listen to those issues because you know what that does? That gives me, well, it gives me content for some degree, but it gives me data. And guess what I can do with that data? I can compile it, I can show it, and tomorrow, um, since I'm not doing the big surveys, which have been moved to quarterly, like every 4 months or so, I'm taking what my Rumble Squared show, and then the question of the month I did. That'll be out tomorrow. The data from that, and you'll get to see some bits and pieces from that. But at the end of the day, you get to see something, and that's with your guys' help. Now, obviously, I did a little.
You did what?
I said over for the Rumble Squared, I did a little rant thing. I'm not gonna go over it again, but I will be posting out the clip uh, tomorrow with that data because there was some importance too. Is like, guys, I hear your complaints. I get it. I too want to see Rumble be successful. Again, I will praise Rumble when it does well, and I will admonish it when it does poorly. And while they do listen to feedback, there are some things they kind of focus on more than others,
Yeah.
right? So if you want to know a real good thing, March through May, my survey showed that platform stability, content discovery were needing work real bad. Real bad. Now, I can't say for certain that it influenced or whatever, but after I put out April's survey, the data from it, the compilation, all the stuff,
Right.
May 2nd, the CEO comes out and says, "Hey, we're gonna start working on we're just gonna start getting our platform stability better." Now I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but he said that. So April 20th is when I put out that data stuff. May 2nd is when the CEO said it. Now that could have been worked in the long run. That could have been waiting out. But when have you ever seen the CEO say they were going to work on platform stability before that point?
Never.
I don't
I
remember.
I don't remember any they mentioned it at all.
I know they talked about the search stuff and content discovery, but that's been hit or miss. And
Mm-hmm.
then after that, like I'll you know what? I don't have to say it. I can show it. I kept the screenshots.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So let's see. I gotta find screenshots. Okay, here we go. My screenshots are not organized. Okay, so this was a screenshot a while back. Um, Window. Here we go. Oh, what? No, don't open a new tab. Gosh dang it. Okay, here's we go. So May 2nd. This is what it's telling you. May 2nd. Chris Pavlovsky says, "I love Rumble."
Okay.
Now, Mr. R, or Dashboard as he's known, says, "Me too. When we get in Rumble Shorts?" Later after that, Chris says, "It's on hold. Platform stability has taken over as full priority, no freezing, crashing, etc. Once we get to perfection of being stable, I will ask the team to work on a shorts product." Now, again, April 28th. I'm not saying there's a correlation. I'm not saying there's a direct correlation in that. I
Yeah.
don't have proof. I'm just showing you what seems like a big coincidence to me.
Yeah.
May 2nd. May 2nd, as we said, they're working on that, right? Now we're coming to now we're oh now we're coming to June 9th is when this next post is made. This is by the CEO again. Rumble stability has greatly improved over again. June 9th. Almost 3 p.m. Has greatly improved over the last month. Buffering, freezing, issues of almost all eliminated. Now, again, this is going to be hyperbole, but it's all dependent on if I can collect that data and seeing if it's gotten better or not.
Okay.
Rumble Studio is significantly better. I wasn't joking when I said we were going to focus on being product first. Next up, a new search, almost ready. That is June 9th. We're at July 1st.
Right.
So, over a course of the, I need a title. Oh, well, yeah, good on that. But you can see right here, a little over a month and a week, we have seen he's gone from working on stability to almost all eliminated. This is the CEO right here. Now, what did I tell you that my surveys were talking about? Platform stability,
So yeah.
content discovery.
Discovery. Yeah.
Now, search is part of content discovery because that's part of that ordeal, so I'm going to consider that. But again, there's not been anything new on the content discovery part. I'm not too sure how true this is because people experience the platform differently,
Differently, yeah, that's so true.
especially the apps and stuff. People experience it differently. The point of the matter is, though, is that my data that I've collected from all of you, right? Your honest feedback, I'm talking honest feedback, may have the ability to impact, but it's going to take the continuation of that.
Right.
I wanted to show this because while I have no concrete stuff that says that yes, it does direct. They won't admit that if it is. Point of the matter though is I'm showing you this because I need you to understand that my stuff is out in public and it can't be denied. Even if they look the other way. You, all of you, who get to be a part of this, you get to see it. And you get to make the decision of how you want to share it. I
Right.
stole yours. What? Stole my what? I stole
Stole
yours
what?
what? Yeah, what did you steal?
Yeah.
My repost started working today. Oh, he's probably talking about the repost thing on Rumble.
Yeah.
I stole yours. Well, I don't know if it's stealing or not, if you're just gonna reuse it, but thank you for letting me know. But the point of the matter is though, is that it needed to be shown because I need people to understand that helping me, helping you is probably the best you're gonna get because Rumble does not give out any of that information out.
No.
When have you ever heard them say 60% of this thing by you is what an issue is? Anyone?
Yeah. I don't see them do it.
I mean, anyone in chat is
I
you
haven't seen
can
it.
you if there's anyone in chat who can corroborate that Rumble has given out data info that you can see on a visual basis that says, "Hey, you know what? 60% of you said that Rumble Studio was having issues. Guess what? We're going to focus on that."
I haven't seen the data come from him.
Exactly. That's why I do it because it's public for you. It's done for you. Now, obviously, I did the question of the month thing. I did my question of the month thing on forums first, and then I switched to an X poll. So the question of the month is going to be X poll only, and then the bigger surveys are going to be the forums only because it just really wasn't getting out there. But at the end of the day, though, the point of the matter is I need people to understand that your help may have that ability to affect. Not that it does, it may have.
Maybe. Yeah.
Publicly posting this stuff transparently and publicly can't be denied, no matter how you look at it. No matter how you look at it. Whether it does affect or not matters less than what benefit it brings for you. When I know that kind of sounds like, repetitive or boring. Oh,
But
did the mic go out? I just heard like a Microsoft beep. I don't know what happened. I was like,
you're good.
I was like, doo 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 doo. I was like, what the hell's going on
Did
here?
something go out?
Probably, but it's just again, it's just so you guys understand how important this is. Because what are you gonna do? Are you gonna keep complaining, right? Which is understandable. There are valid reasons to complain. Or are you gonna do something about it? I've got a way, but it takes your help, and I can't.
Yeah.
I can't sit here and I'm not gonna sit here and beg. I'm gonna sit here and tell you how it is. Are you gonna wait for Rumble to give you something? Or are you gonna at least trust in me to give you something back for the feedback you're willing to give me? And I'm not saying you shouldn't give Rumble the feedback because you want to cover your bases,
Yeah.
but I'll take that too. So, but I just had to show that because whether or not there's concrete evidence that what I've done it
Had an
moves
impact. Yeah.
had an impact, I can say that your stuff that what you give feedback wise is still important enough to still keep doing it because you
Maybe.
guys
Maybe
need
not.
something.
We'll see.
Yeah, maybe not, but I know it's important enough. You guys need to see something. It's tiring enough when I see all these complaints on Twitter X. I get it, right? Some are valid, some are bot thing or whatever. I don't know, but if you want to make some change, you got to start somewhere, and I
Yeah.
believe this is the best solution that is. No one else is doing it. Have you seen like any of these other round tables try to go this far? Like, I haven't, and they have more direct connection than I do. I don't. I can't. I that's so that's partly what that little clip is going to be about. So I'll have to see if he. I have someone actually, NGM is his username. He's I paid him to like make clips or take clips from my streams and kind of handed them off to me because I still put them out to both Rumble and YouTube. I'm not going to put them out to one or the other.
Yeah.
Um, Although I did find something out, um, I still have to use Opus clips to get it so that it's formatted for shorts. Otherwise, it just keeps going into the video section on YouTube.
No.
So I'm like, oh man. So I had to figure that out the hard way. But now that I know, I can put it out there. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's one of those things. But I mean, yeah, I mean I've heard you've got some valid complaints over time, and I'm not gonna bash you or anything about that. But I mean that's just as valid as the next. And again, there are times where it feels like people are getting hurt or they're getting told you got to work harder or stay in your lane. And like that's
Yeah.
not beneficial.
Yeah. I
I
agree. I've seen that a lot,
I
especially
don't
on X.
I personally don't like that because I've done this whole conversational show and I've talked to a lot of different people and I know for a fact just by doing this whole thing, shutting down a conversation through that kind of remark is the worst thing to do
Oh yeah.
to creating something better, right? Like you don't like you, right? You're a a studly married man, right? I had to
Yeah.
try. I had to try, okay? But you've talked to your wife about stuff. I'm not gonna ask for specifics, but you are married. You're married.
Yeah.
You talk to your wife about stuff. You make sure you communicate because that's the biggest component about marriage is communication, right?
That's the key thing in a marriage is
Yeah.
communication.
Even if you want to slap each other's faces off at the end of the day, you still want to communicate.
Oh. Oh yeah, dude. We tell each other everything, good or bad,
Yeah,
but makes the
but
marriage stronger.
yeah, I mean, well, I'm not gonna sit here because I'm not married, but my point being is, especially especially as a parent to your own children, right? You hear these horror stories and all this stuff about bad parents and our negligent parents. That's right. I was trying to figure out what the word was. Negligent parent and all this stuff, and it's just horrible. It's downright
Oh yeah.
horrible. But I mean, the best way to describe it is that we were all kids once. We came from somewhere, right? So you have a whole wealth of experience from when you could recognize when however old you were to now. And now you have a kid of your own. There are going to be some things that come up. Three. Wow, three. Hey, three is imaginary. Hey, Smokum, what up? What up,
18,
Smokum?
18, 11, and 10.
Oh, that's a good combination. That's
Whew.
a good combination.
Yeah.
Three is a magic number, but that's a lot of numbers.
Yeah. My oldest one's already driving and
Yeah.
yeah, doing her.
Yeah, and that's scary too. Like I I went to go try when I first had to go do my license, right? From getting this because you can get a state ID to a permit.
Yeah.
I pretty much got everything except when I was coming to my parallel parking. Now, parallel parking, yeah, yeah,
Everyone has trouble with that.
yeah. If you have enough room, it works. If you have enough room, it works. If you don't have enough room, you might not have a great time. The point of the matter is, though, it took me to my third try to pass it, and I passed it. But parallel parking is a 50-50. It's 50-50.
See, I got my daughter a car that doesn't have a backup cam. So I was like, you gotta do parallel parking the old school way, the way I
That's right.
learned.
That's
And
right.
she's like, that's not fair. It's like, no, you can't always rely on that stupid camera. You gotta learn how
Yeah.
to use your mirrors.
Yeah.
And she's gonna thank me for it later.
That's after she's done spitting in your face and calling you all the names under the sun.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah, she has to go take her test because I think she was on like a little driver's permit,
Yeah, yeah.
but it expired when she turned 18, so she has to go get it. And she's like,
Uh,
I know how she knows how to drive, but she's like, I was like, have you taken your test yet? And he's like, no, it's just a parallel parking. I'm like, oh gosh. So I'm gonna have to go show her, build her confidence up how to do it.
yeah.
If her mom hasn't showed her yet, then I have to show her. So
There you go. Big man on top. Big tooth man on top. Um, now I started learning how to drive with a stick shift, so that makes it a lot
that is
harder.
fun. It's fun, man. Like, man, dude, I'm sorry, man. Like, I God, I want to get a stick shift, right? But my
Ugh,
wife can't drive it.
ugh.
And she's like, well, if you get a car that's stick shift, I can't drive it. That's the fucking point. And she gets mad. She's like, damn you. Cause I want to get a nice sports car, just stick shift, just so I
Yeah,
can have fun. And
yeah.
she's like, well, then I can't drive it then. It's like, that's the point. You want to
Yeah,
drive it, learn.
learn.
It's so much fun, man. I
Yeah.
can't.
Hmm.
Dude, as soon as I learned how to drive stick shift, man, my dad showed me how I was hooked. Like, it is
Yeah.
fun. It's the funnest thing ever.
I I had trouble, sure, at the beginning. Um, but it was probably it once I got with the car I'd bought I'd gotten, it was a stick shift, and I bought it off the gentleman so the car is the one I trained in, but the guy who owned it was leaving out of country, and so he
Mm,
was trying to get rid of it, and since we family friend, we kinda I paid him I can't remember how much it was to buy it off him, but I had that, but then I got into an accident, it wasn't my fault, but it totaled the car.
oh,
So, I haven't had a stick shift since then, I'm like, "I really want one," but you either buy it new or you buy it old,
yeah.
and it sucks because it's expensive either way. Mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm, mm. So, but that's what I learned on and, passed my license and so I've gotten used to automatic, but some days, man, when I'm going down that hill,
You
just
just
wanna
want to,
coast. Just
yeah.
wanna coast. I'm not look, ma, I'm not using any gas. No hands either. Oops, hold on.
Well, look at that, man. These kids, this generation can't drive stick shift. So if you have a stick shift, hey, you can't steal your car. They can't drive it.
How do you do this thing? How do you work this thing?
How do you work this shit?
I've seen those videos too where someone's trying to steal a car and it ends up being a stick shift and they're like, "No, I'm out of here." I'm
I'm
just
out of
like,
here. It's true, man. It's sad, dude. Like, I'm gonna have to show my wife how to drive stick shift eventually.
there you go.
But she goes, my dad's tried. I just can't do it. It's like it's taking off from a stop. I have trouble with. I'm like, it's
I
not
was
that hard.
like, well, I was like, honey, you already know how to drive a stick, so you might as well learn how to
Exactly. She's like, but once I get it going, I do fine. But it's like, I was
drive.
like, okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
it is a hand-eye coordination thing, which is always gonna be a difficulty, but once you know how to do it, it's like you almost wanna do it blind, but not really, don't
Yeah,
drive blind.
well, you can't really explain it. Once you get the hang of it and the
Mm.
timing and whatnot, it's easy. So,
It's like riding a bike,
yep.
except when you forget how to ride a bike, you're like, "Oh, crap." Oh,
Matter of fact, funny you said that.
yeah, what's up?
Uh, got on a bike for the longest time, and I almost had that moment, like, oh shit, how do you use this?
Mm,
It's been so long.
oh, goodness. Did you actually try to rewrite a bike? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I haven't been on the bike for so long, and I got on one, and I was like, I almost forgot how to use it. I'm like, what the hell?
Yep.
Yeah, it came back to me, but I was like, what the hell? What do I do here? So embarrassing.
Where's the button for the extra wheels?
I know, right?
It's just like, where's the button at? I don't know. Nowadays, you can just get like, I don't know if your city has it, but like here where I have where I'm at, they have like those scooters. Like you could scan your phone and then it just that sort of stuff, which is really they're really just awful because you can
they're
find them with
in,
just
yeah, they're in the city area, so
yeah. You
it's awful.
Yeah, you could find them almost anywhere. It's like, oh wow, I didn't know it could get in the bush like that. That's interesting. It got up in that tree. Yeah, that's real. It looks like a piece of art right there. Then you have like this whole art piece, like
Oh,
city skaters or whatever you call it.
yeah, we also have those self-driving taxi cars
Really?
going around. Like Tesla is actually testing some around in the city.
Hmm.
I've seen a few Teslas. They're not offering the service yet, but they're out there testing them out.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to compete with what's that company name? Wumu or starts with a W.
Is it wait, no.
Wumu or something.
Waymo? Hold on.
Yeah, yeah. Those cars are already operating in the city area, and I've seen them, and I'm just like, I don't know if I will step foot in a self-driving car like that. Like, I like to
Oh,
have control of it.
here we go. I got it. I got it. It's this one. Waymo.
Wait, there you go. Yeah,
Waymo.
those are in. Yeah, I've seen those around the area already.
Oh. Oh, formerly known as the Google Self-Driving Car
Hmm.
Project. Oh. Okay, so it's a Waymo is a Google project. Well, how
Yeah,
about that?
yeah. No, I've seen them driving around like the downtown area, and I'm just like, dude, it's driving by itself, and there's people in there, getting rides on their phones, and cars driving by itself. I'm like, that freaks me out, man. I
Yeah.
like to have control of it.
Mm,
I don't get it, man.
yeah.
Like people buy Teslas and they buy the whole package where the vehicle drives itself. Like, dude, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Did you hear they actually got one to drive from the factory to somebody's house?
I'm not surprised. The
Mhm.
technology is cool, man, but no, I don't trust it.
Hey, look, if people don't have to drive the wheel, they're gonna be driving some. All right, I'm just saying. How about riding a unicycle? Look, I no,
Never tried
no,
it.
no, never tried it. Never gonna try it. All right.
Nah,
I like
too
the
too
idea,
old for
but
that shit.
yeah, yeah. I like the idea, but I'm not dumb. But
If I was still a kid, I'd be like, I'm up for that. I'm up for that. I'm down to break some bones. Let's go. No,
uh,
not anymore.
Ramrod says, "I hope you're having an amazing stream. I'm lurking and about to eat some tacos." Oh
Oh,
man,
tacos.
you shouldn't talk. You shouldn't eat tacos while you're talking to a man over here who eats
What
tacos.
kind of tacos? Taco Bell doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
No,
Yes,
it
it
doesn't. Dang, no, it doesn't. That's
does.
some shit ass food. Sorry, my bad.
No, it's shite making food. That's what it really is.
Dude, like, I can't eat Taco Bell, man. Oh gosh,
You
the
you.
things it does to my stomach. No, and I
Well,
really think it's their seasoning because
yeah.
we're at the grocery store and
Mhm,
we're in the seasoning section. There was like Taco Bell seasoning, like for tacos. I was like, you know what? Why not?
mhm,
So one day I cooked with it. Same thing happened to me, man. It screwed up my stomach. So it
mhm.
has to be their seasoning that gets to me. It's just, ugh.
Yeah, what is it? I've eaten food truck tacos before. I have. But my issue is that they put a lot of cilantro and a lot of onions on it, and
Mm-hmm.
that messes me up. All right. My innards feel like they're going to end themselves because or kill themselves because it's just like so much. I it was so bad. I've drunk, a half a jug of cranberry juice before. That's pain. All right. That's pain. Okay? It's not
Yeah,
the taste. It was what I was dealing with afterwards. That was pain
yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. Can imagine.
Apple juice, if you do as much, it will do the same thing too. I'm just saying. Just saying you want to clean yourself out, that's the way to go. But it was just it was just one of those things like I couldn't. I love food truck tacos, don't get me wrong. But when there's so much of the onion on there, I can't do it as much. I can't.
Yeah, it's
I
not for
can't.
everybody. Yeah, sure.
Oh, and they put a lot of now, what is the reasoning behind a lot of cilantro on those type of tacos?
Dude, a lot of people like, especially me, man. Mexican people, they love a lot of cilantro and onion in their tacos. Those kind of tacos, I guess, gives it some flavor, but
I
these
like
people that sell tacos at taco truck assume everybody likes it, so they just
mhm.
loaded up. You got to tell them, hey, I don't want it.
Yeah.
But
I don't know how to say no onions in Espanol, so
no
I
cebolla.
no cebolla. Rapido, rapido, no cebolla. Huh!
I'm pretty sure he told me in English they'll understand too. Come on.
Well, I learned as a kid. Oh, the bike. Yeah, you learned unicycle as a kid. Oh, okay. Nice. Well, you have a step ahead of us because I didn't. I learned a
I didn't.
bicycle, 2 wheels, 2 wheels. How you learn a bicycle? I, I learned they should just call it a two-sicle. you, Timmy, what you riding? It's called a two-sicle. Whoa, hold on, hold on. I thought it was a bicycle. Dad says it's a two-sicle.
Two-sicle.
He said he said there are people who had "bi" in their name, and he said we're gonna call it a two-sicle from now. You no more of that bicycle talk. You understand me, son? It's gonna be a two-sicle. those
Uh,
those those buys out here are messing it up for the rest of us. oh, oh man, show's already done with. We're already canceled.
I'm glad I didn't learn how to ride a unicycle because
Yeah.
at a young age, because I would have done a lot of stupid things with it. I would have been in and out of the hospital,
Uh,
man.
no, please regale us with your stories
I
of what
was a
you would do
little
with the
stupid daredevil on my bike, dude.
You can be like Evil Knievel with that unicycles. Like I can jump over
Or
5
wanna be
buses.
evil Knievel.
You jumping over a bunch of buses. Like that kid's good.
So funny in games when somebody cracks their head open. Oh
oh,
shit.
oh.
Yep.
Uh, Last thing you need is a kid being dead before Christmas. That's
hmm
What happened to Timmy? Well, he's a little messed up in the head. That's what mom likes to say. mom mom likes to mom likes to say that, he's still loved, but he's a little special.
Yeah, we used to try to jump our bikes off the roof with ramps and crap, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know how I survived my childhood, man. I did a lot of stupid crap that I will not let my kids do today. Even though there's times my father-in-law tries to get them to do stupid shit, I'm like, no, and they're like, don't act like you never done that when you were a kid. Like that's different, all right?
My insurance.
It's my insurance I gotta worry about. That was on my dad's insurance. I gotta worry about me.
Oh, here we go. Slidey Pie says, as Julia Child said, cilantro belongs on the floor.
Not everybody likes cilantro. I do.
You like do you like a little spice as well?
I love it. A
You
lot of
like a little
spice.
spice? What's the
Man,
spice?
I think my taste buds are burnt out, man. I
And it,
like things super fucking hot. Don't know why. But then
mm.
I pay for it later.
Ooh. Oh yeah,
Cause
that's
I
another.
get heartburn really bad, so I have to be
Oh,
careful.
I hate that. That's one of the things that as a kid you never understood, but once you become an adult, it's like, oh,
It messes you up. It catches up to you.
oh yeah. Especially if you wake up with it. Oh, oh,
Yeah,
that's
like
the
I
worst.
have some what was it California Reaper sauce, right?
Yeah.
And we made tacos this weekend, right? I was just drowning my tacos in it. I'm just eating it. My wife's like I get hot, but it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't burn my mouth, because it
Uh,
just makes me feel hot, start sweating a little bit. But
yeah.
I'm not like, I don't feel it. And
Yeah.
she's like, "You're gonna regret that." No, I'm not. Shit. An hour later, but it starts coming up. I'm like, "No, this is bad."
Mm.
I don't know when to stop, man. I'm freaking stubborn.
Ugh. There was a I had a gentleman on, and I'm trying to remember the username because I had him on and we got talking to about different spice sauces, right? Like the spiciest sauce out there.
Yeah.
And we were going through this one place and it was like the double demon thing or something like that. Hold on. Um uh Spiciest, what was it? Spiciest, hottest sauces. That's right. Hottest sauce in the world. That's right.
Some of them are just like, come on, man. Just- see, I like spicy sauces, whatever, but they have no flavor. Then I don't like them.
Yeah.
Gotta have a
Here we
little bit
go.
of flavor. Can't just be hot.
This is the site I found. Hellfire hot
Oh
sauce.
shit!
The hottest sauce in the world at 6.66 million shu.
Holy, what's
Oh,
in
that's
it?
right. It's doomed. There's doomed and there's double doomed, but I think it was doomed that was the spiciest.
Okay, what kind of peppers is in there?
Um. Well, first off, it says heat levels 15/10, except straight extracts, like you can see right there.
Ooh,
So this one says, doomed is the hottest sauce in the world, spiked with 6.66 million shu natural pepper extract. This sauce tests out in the lab at 2.76 million Scoville heat units.
hmm.
That's hotter than any other sauce on the market, except for the extracts.
Oh, there it
Doomed,
is. Okay.
yep, starts with some of the hottest peppers in the world, the Trinidad Scorpion and red habanero, or habanero, as
Mm,
one was telling me, and,
mm.
and adds spices and flavors to bring more than extreme heat levels to your table. This challenging hot sauce is a favorite on the Hot Ones show. Once you taste the pride of Hellfire, you will be doomed to try it on everything. Hot sauce with caution in small quantities.
Red habaneros, come on, they ain't that bad.
Oh, here's the ingredients. So distilled vinegar, water, red habanero pepper mash, Trinidad scorpion pepper mash, mustard, 6.66 million shu pepper extract, garlic, onions, black pepper, salt, turmeric, and natural gum. That's what's in it.
What's up, Paul? How you do again?
Hey, Paul, how's it going?
Paul's awesome.
How you doing, Paul? We're talking about spicy stuff, Paul. It's getting real spicy in here. All right.
Remember when he first showed up on Rumble?
Yeah, he's. I actually had him on a while back.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool dude. But yeah, it's that 15 out of 10. That's hot.
It is hot.
Yeah, it's very hot. But yeah, I found this website and it was just looking up that stuff. But yeah, it was just like there's a level of point where the spice just there's no point anymore because you're not enjoying the food. You're actually dying from eating the food.
You know, I'm also an idiot. I like to do spicy challenges and shit just to test
Oh,
myself.
mm-mm.
There's a wing stop. There's a wing place over here called Pluckers. Their challenge is like they have the fire in the whole wings, right,
Son of
dude?
a plucker.
If you eat like 20 of the fire in the whole wings, which is the spiciest ones they got, you
Yeah,
get your picture on the wall and all this crap.
yeah,
Well, I didn't do a challenge. I just got a few to take home to see how they were.
yeah.
Man, they were the most. Not trying to knock on Pluckers, but that sauce that had fire in the hole is the most nastiest fucking sauce I've ever tasted in my
It,
life.
yeah.
There's no flavor. It was just hot. It was like I can't eat this crap. And then I go to Buffalo Wild Wings and I tried their hottest sauce and it was so good. It was easy. And just
Yeah.
I I like hot stuff, but it has to have flavor. It can't just be hot.
Oh, that's weird. Nice badge. That's weird. YouTube just
Nice
added
one.
an YouTube just added a weird badge thing. Like
Hmm.
it's like a crown next to like number 1. When I click on it, it says top fans. Oh my gosh. I think YouTube just added a points thing to their chat over there.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't stream on YouTube, so
I'll show it. Here, I'll show it. It's gonna be a little self-immolating, but so you're gonna see double of ourselves here. So see right here where you see this purple crown?
oh, I see it. Okay.
You click on that, it says top fans, and then you're seeing like 12. So what is that?
Oh.
Top fans and XP. What's the leaderboard? A place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges and live chat. It resets every stream. so you can always try again. How do you get on the leaderboard? You need to collect experience points or XP. Here's how you get them. Send live chat messages, send super chats. So basically, YouTube's already adding points, chat points to their stuff. That's wow.
Hmm.
First, it was just Twitch would be doing that, and I think Kick does it as well. But for YouTube to do it, that's big. That's quite big because that means that Rumble's gonna be falling behind again at something. Um, wow, I didn't know that. Well, now the people over at YouTube have something extra. There's that.
They're trying to stay on top. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had Shorts. Obviously, Shorts was a response to TikTok, obviously.
Yeah.
And now they're doing the whole points thing. And I'm just like, they have the capability to do it. So I'm not surprised. But I just saw that. I was like, that's weird. And then I was like, oh, okay. But but the weird thing of it is that's integrated into YouTube. It's not a third party. And that's going to be the difficulty for Rumble is getting it to be not a third party thing.
Right.
Anyway, sorry. So, hey, Shorty, say hi in a quick chatter. Oh yeah, you're quick, all right. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong person. Anyway, yeah, nice to see you too, Gina. I hope you have a great stream. But no, sorry to sidetrack off. I just saw that. I just saw him uh reply over there, and it's like that's interesting. And it's like, oh, ooh, that's sort of not good, I guess. But anyway, um, but yeah, spice. I can't do spice. Even on like Chinese food, like even their spice is a little too hot. So there's that. But yeah, it's mm-mm, I can't. I can't. I don't want to die. I don't want to die from spice. Let me try something else.
Yeah, I'm supposed to cut back on the spice, but I still do it.
When when number 2 turns into number 3, it might be time. Honey, I think I need the fiber again.
Oh gosh, it's horrible.
Oh my goodness. But anyway, it is getting to the top of the hour again. And so what we're gonna do is how this is gonna work is we're gonna do top of the hour, we're gonna promote ourselves again and a few more things. We're gonna move on. But because it is a new month and I am part of the creator program, we're gonna do a little bit of time on the premium side. We'll do a little meme making since you're here. If you want to help with the meme make, I don't know how long you want to stay. It's up to you.
It's fine.
But we'll
I'll
do a
stay as
little
long as you need me.
Oh, hey, we're gonna do a little meme making just to add, and you'll get to see me without my hat and glasses on the premium side because that's a little added extra benefit. So, but we're gonna make some memes on the premium thing. Look, once I fulfilled the premium thing on Rumble, I usually don't go beyond it because I just for me it's just a hindrance to me doing this thing. But I still, like I said before, I'm gonna meet my requirements as I stated I would, and if it comes to the point I can no longer meet them, no skin off my back, really. So we're gonna promote ourselves first. Let's see. I'm gonna go back up to yourself, but if you want to promote yourself, good sir, the floor is yours. Where's it out? There we go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there's all my links right there. So yeah, you guys, I'm just an average guy that just likes to play video games. So if you guys just want to come check me out at the Tooth Entertainment on Rumble, come check me out. And there's also the link there to my other social media accounts.
Mm,
Um, I'm just a casual gamer. I'm not this big expert gamer or anything like that. You're not gonna see me own people, but I'm more of a laid back kind of gamer. I just like to play horror games,
mm-hmm,
uh, pretty much anything fun. And I'm just on Rumble just to meet other gamers like me, like to collab with others and meet
mm-hmm.
new people. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
What do you
come
mean?
check me out.
Hey, what do you mean, you people? All right.
What do you mean, you people? Yeah, I don't know what I mean. Come
Yeah,
on.
thank you, oh, what was it? Thunder,
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder, that's right. Thank you, Tropic Thunder. Probably one of Robert Downey Jr.'s best roles, was him acting like a black man.
I agree.
But we won't go into any further. What what was another one? Um, uh, he starts singing like I think he gets like the other guy and he starts singing like the Jefferson.
Yep.
Moving on
That's the
top.
theme song to the Jeffersons.
Man, it's funny because when he says "you people," the other guy says, "What do you mean, you people?"
What do you mean, you people?
And he doesn't answer. He just looks directly at the camera. It's like,
Yep.
whew, man, this could get bad. But anyway, from my end of things, whether you're on the Rumble side or the YouTube side, doesn't matter which side you're on. Uh, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment or follow, anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated because not only does it help in being seen more, like all content creators want to be, it also helps in having other people on, like the Toothman, like Ramrod, like Gina, like so many other people. Oh, Smoke 'em. I've had Smoke 'em on too. At the end of the day, I do this thing because not only do I drink a lot of water, this is what happens. I get to meet a lot of different people like that, creator and that. I get to do this conversational thing that's all over. I've had people on, I've had someone on from Norway, I've had someone from Australia, Germany, the UK, all over, all over. I get to do this thing that's wide reaching. I enjoy every minute of it. Even the hard ones, even the challenging ones. So there's that. But any help with the engagement factor on either end is much appreciated. And of course, I have to go back to the list to find my link. Hold on. You can also find my link down below on either end. That'll take you to see, like, I have a Twitter X, I have an email, I have a link to Discord, but it's mostly just for DMing. I don't have a server. No plans to make a server. It does not, for me, I only have so much mental bandwidth and all that stuff. So there's that. But you can go check out my stuff there. And again, like with Toothman, give it a look. If it's worth a follow, why not? Because I do this thing because I enjoy it. And also, the last thing is I am part of the Proton uh, partner program. This is a link to see the Proton mail. Again, um, they're very good against spam. You can use an alias email, and they don't really have ads for even for the free stuff. So you can go there, check it out. If it's worth it to you, great. If not, that's fine too. I can make a little money off it, but at the end of the day, it's not about the money. It's about the product I use, and the benefits are, great for what it is. And they do have more with paid, but up to you on that matter. So give it a look and see if it's worth it to you. And of course, um, tomorrow, I will be on someone else's stream. I don't know if they've made links to it or not, but once they do, I'll promote them. But tomorrow, a previous guest I had on, Brandon the anime guy, has invited me on a show at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll make sure to repost those links when he does. So I'll be on his show at 8 until a little bit. But yeah, but then after that, I will be off for the 4th of July weekend. So from the was it 3rd? Yes, from the 3rd to the 6th, I will be off. So you won't see anything from me. You may see shorts because I do have plenty of those that I'm putting out, but I'm not going to be making any streams or whatever because holiday events and family events. Those are my boundaries, and I don't rely on this for any sustenance. So there's that. But anyway, 8 p.m. tomorrow on Brandon, the Enemy Guy's channel, um, and all that. And then, what is it? Oh, that's right. The last thing I do with my guest is something I like to call questions from a hat. Now, obviously, Toothman has been before for that, but what it is that I bought a hat from Rumble. I put some questions inside, and what happens is my guest gets 2 freebie questions from that. Now, obviously, you guys can decide if there's going to be more than 2. I am not monetized on YouTube, so YouTube just not going to happen until I am. But if you're on the Rumble side, I am monetized, and if you want more than 2, guess what? All I have to give is a Rumble rant. It can be $1, it can be $2. I've had people bombard me with the $1 before. Okay, you can go as low as that. At the end of the day, you do still have to give a rant to go beyond the 2. So we're gonna start with numero uno, as the kids would say. and I'm gonna reach in there. Just my eyes are closed. I'm going in like a blind man. I can't see anything. All right. All right. Here we go. Here's number one. Right here. Here's question number one. Let's see what it says. Ooh, I feel like this is a good one. Um, what sound do you hate to hear?
Mm. You know the sound when someone scratches their nose on a chalkboard?
Mm.
I
Yep.
can't stand that noise.
Mm.
Yeah.
What about
Mm.
when they eat? What about when they eat
Oh
with
yeah,
their
when
mouth
the
open?
utensils squeak, you know.
Yep, that's
I
too.
I hate
Yep.
I hate that too. Ugh. My
What
wife
about?
does hates it too, but I do it to her just to torture her. I suck it up just to torture
Mm.
her.
Honey.
Ugh.
Yeah. What about when people eat with their mouths open?
That too.
Oh,
That's actually it's annoying, but yeah,
it's
I
like
hate that.
smack your lips sort of thing. Goodness.
And
All
I'm
right.
guilty at times doing it too. Sometimes
When
I
you
don't
enjoying
realize it.
that spicy taco, man, I gotta tell you. Okay, next one. Let's see what we pull out of the hat. What do we pull out the hat? All right, here's question number two. And unless you people want more than the two, you gotta give Romo rant. What is it? It is. What is your favorite curse word?
My favorite curse word.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I can say fuck. I'm always saying that. Even though I'm trying to work on not cursing, that word always comes out of my mouth like fuck. Fuck. Every time.
Listen to your effing mom. I don't have to tell you again. Listen to your effing mom. Your
Yeah.
mom's a huge effort.
There's times I slip in front of my kids and I'm like, don't say what I say. Don't repeat what I said. We won't. And then I get a call from my in-laws. So who showed them this new word? TV? Was it me?
Look, I read the paper today and it said the F word in there, so I think you want to blame the newspaper.
It's like, I don't know. He probably heard it from, I don't know, from TV. I don't know.
Oh, there we go. There you go. Those are Slidey Pie's favorites.
There you go. Hell or shit. My wife's word is shit. She's always saying shit every time.
Even when she's taken one, she said,
Shit.
I can't believe this is taking so long. This pizza. Oh my goodness. But yes, again, like I said, I will be on someone else's channel tomorrow. I will repost those links when he makes them available because I may put out my stuff early. Like I do try to put out the links and stuff for the show the day beforehand because it's less stress and you're not worrying like, hey, where's the link at?
Yeah.
You know? But also, some people do their thing, and I just want to be ahead of the time for that. So who knows? But I'll make sure to ask him. But again, tomorrow, Brandon, the Anime Guy's channel, um, at 8 p.m. Eastern is what he said. So I will let you know further once I know more. So hopefully we'll know that. But again, guys, hope you enjoy. After that, I hope you enjoy the rest of your 4th of July because I won't be here for that because it gets me like there are a lot of people streaming and stuff like during that, and it's like just get off and go out and enjoy the day, at least the 4th, because there's a lot of people. There are stores actually starting to become open on the 4th, and I'm just like, man, it's
Take the day
business.
off and enjoy it.
Yeah, take the day off. But anyway, I end the show now. Again, we're if you're a Rumble Premium user, we are going to do a little premium only stream. It is part of the requirements for. Um, I don't hate it, but I dislike that I have to do it. It's one of the things that's kind of very what's the word? Not conductive
Right.
to what I do. Because I'd rather just do the whole show thing and be done with it. But I did say I would fulfill my requirements to the best of my ability, so I'm going to do that. But uh, but yeah, so that'll be 30 to 45 minutes, however it will go. But that's for Rumble Premium users. If you're not, that's fine too. This is the total of the show. And thank you, Slighty Pie. I hope you have a good one too. But this is the total of the show. I will give you the full show. That stuff is just extra. So I end the show with One Day With You by Pogo. And again, if you're a Robo Premium user, I'll see you shortly. Have a great rest of your night, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. And make sure you guys get more info too. So, see you later, guys.
Later.
Bye. Oop. There we go. All right, bye.